All right, so today we're going to go over how to set up an invoice for a client that includes markups for a billable expense. So the first thing we'll go ahead and do is make sure we've got our billable expenses set up. So at the top right, we'll go to the settings, go to account and settings, and then we will go down on the left here and see expenses. We'll open that up, and right here you see all these are automatically all green. And we can actually set up a markup default rate. So if I wanted to, I could change this to, let's say, 20% for every billable expense I wanted to have. And I'll go ahead and save that. And you also saw that you can default to adding sales tax as well. But we've got our markup set up for default right now. Next, we'll have to actually make an expense or categorize an expense as well as make it a billable expense. So I'll go ahead and make one myself. But typically this would just come in from, let's say you put in you purchase something with your credit card and it'll automatically populate into your QuickBooks online. So let's say we've got our payee is going to be Hicks Hardware, and we're going to say that we bought some soil for a job that we were going to go do. And we bought about $100 worth of soil. We're going to make that a billable expense. It automatically marked that up for us. I can change that if I wanted to. If I decided this job was extra difficult, I want to make this markup more, I could. And then I'll assign it to a customer. This is probably the most important part. Your customer has to be assigned to it, and we'll see why when we actually set up the invoice. So I'll hit save and close there. Right here we see that our expense is now here. It shows up as from the payee to Hicks Hardware. We paid $100. We are good to go. The next thing we'll do is we're going to actually set up the invoice. So we'll hit new, invoice. We're going to select the customer. We said it was Amy's Bird Sanctuary. And right here on the right side, it actually populates what we have already made. So right here, this is a billable expense that we actually created. It is $120, so I'll add that. And then we'll say I also did her a service, which was a design service. And we'll say that costs $50. Right here, what we see, we had the soil that cost $100. We spent that $100 for that soil. We marked it up 20%. It's being added for there. This is all being sent to the client. And then we also are charging them for our service, which was $50. And right here, you can see in the description, it says it's a 20% markup for soil, and your customer won't see this. So when we go to send our invoice, this is what they're going to see. They see the description of just the soil as $120, then our services is $50 for a total amount that they owe as $170. So we can send and close that. We'll save this invoice. And we actually can go and see if it worked, right? Let's see what it looks like on our reports. We'll go to our profit and loss. And then today, we'll run the report. And right here, we see the billable expense income. That is the 100. We have the markup of 20, and then the service of 50. Our expenses was the soil again, the plants and soil, the 100, which gives us a net operating income and a net income of $70. And that is how you make an invoice with a markup that your client cannot see. Thanks for watching.